Sometimes I wish that I could fly. I wanna fly just like a pharaoh.
Okay, this is gonna go the full 10 minutes as usual. Um, I wrote Expanding Masculinity. Amidst the labyrinth of opinions, one truth echoes. Many men lack the fulfillment of meaningful relationships. Fingers point in various directions at women, feminism, and towards men themselves. The real blame belongs to our patriarchal society. The vast majority of men lack a path to a fulfilling life that is not somehow provided by women. It's time for men to do the difficult, unnerving work of emotional evolution. This workbook is a good first step. Work on it alone or with a friend. I didn't see where I talked or wrote about how people behave or actions, because this isn't about actions. This is about self-knowledge. This is about understanding and recognizing that we are in a system, when it comes to men, patriarchy, that does not encourage men to self-reflect in the ways that would benefit them. It does encourage them to reflect in the ways that benefit the system. And you, what did I get wrong? Is it true that the majority of men, or that there are a lot of men who do not have fulfilling relationships? I'm not just talking about the unmarried ones or the single ones. I'm talking also about the ones who are in relationships that they are unhappy in. I mean, what am I missing? And here's the other thing, because your perspective seems to be at this moment to believe that it's about individualism, right? The individual. But I did see another video of yours in which you basically were like, Kamala Harris, I don't know, she's a cop kind of thing. She's cop adjacent because she's a prosecutor. But is she not an individual? She was in a system, but did that mean that that system determined how she acted? Or did she do that? So you can't have it really both ways. You've got to pick one. And here's the other part. We all grow up in systems. They're called families, right? One of the things that couples argue about is the right way to do things. Which way the toilet paper should sit. Do you squeeze the toothpaste from the middle or the bottom? How to load the dishwasher, how to wash dishes, all kinds of things that they grew up in the soil in which they were planted, and that environment guided how they thought of things, what was right and what was wrong, or correct or incorrect, basically. So that's just on the family level. Then you get to societal levels where people and behavioral science and social engineering activates in order to get from people the money and resources that they want from us. It's called Madison Avenue, or the advertising business. And it's effective because otherwise we wouldn't have ads anymore. People would stop paying for them. So it is possible, I mean, unless you're denying that ads have an effect on people, it is possible for systems, family systems, media systems, governmental systems, to have an effect on people. Now, I say patriarchy views men as fuel for war and capitalism, and that's it. It has no other interest in how men are doing. That was our job for a long time, to care about his well-being in some way, shape, or form, even if it was only in self-defense, to make sure he was in a good enough mood to either do what we wanted or not to harm us. So what are you arguing about exactly? Do you have a problem with the things that I stated, that like men have the same emotions as women and must learn to identify, manage, and express them? Few things make people feel more protected than a man who has learned to nurture. Vulnerability makes us strong. Real men are in control of themselves. Men, family, and societies benefit when men build contentment, connection, and belonging. And what was the last one? Something about no one is successful without help. No one is healthy without community. What are you arguing against exactly? Or are you just picking a fight? Or are you having a conversation by yourself? Because I'd love to know what was problematic in what I said or in what I wrote, and how it helps men for you to tap in with your I must be heard button to say it's about individuals. Didn't I just also write that men should do this as an individual, as in alone, because that's what an individual alone. Okay. I didn't. That's an inference that we could draw when I say alone. So as an individual or with a friend. What's the problem with that? Is there something wrong with what I said? Is there something wrong with what's being offered? Or are you activated by the topic of loneliness and disconnection? And someone having your number?